We're back in Midtown, and today we're going to be talking about one of the largest landowners in the Midtown area, and that's the zoo. With over 70 acres, what if your backyard was the zoo? You know, we've hung out in other places in Midtown, and if you haven't watched those videos, go back and watch it. But today we're going to talk about why this particular area, the zoo district, has the property values that it does, the lifestyle that everybody's wanting, and why it seems to be really popping here in the South. Okay, I'm here with Thomas, and Thomas, you've been at the zoo for how long?
My whole life.
Your whole
So
life?
I've been volunteering for over a year now.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you do this in volunteer work.
Yes.
Okay,
Just
great.
for the love of the game.
Okay, and I can see that because we've been here a couple times, and every time we run into you, and you're telling us fun stories. So we're standing in front of the monkeys. Give us a little history about the monkeys.
So these are Siamangs. These are the largest of the lesser apes, known as the gibbons. So they don't have a tail, so they are an ape just like we are, not considered a monkey. They're being quiet now, but they have a large throat sac that they can expand, and then they have these very loud calls that they'll make pretty much at all times of the day. In the wild, they use it as a way to claim their territory. But here they will yell at the keepers to let them inside. But they're in the wild, their calls go for miles, and here is the same. If you live in the apartments across the way here, being on the balcony is enough to hear them, and anywhere in the zoo, they're loud enough to hear them. Right now, they're being quiet,
But we have videos, so we'll show you. It's a lot of fun. So, hey, I appreciate it, Thomas. Thanks for taking time with us today.
no problem.
Oh, you're right there. Oh, I was just going to say, I want a rhinoceros for Christmas. That's really a hippopotamus, in case you didn't know.
No.
Hey, so fun fact, right now the zoo is without power, and we're going to call one of the engineers over at MLG&W and find out why. All right, we're standing in front of the Northwest Passage, and this is a lot of fun because it's the seals and the sea lions, and they have shows all the time, and the kids get to see, and the people get to see what they do, and it's a lot of fun. But I want you to think about this here at the zoo, the ROI. Instead of putting in a $100,000 pool in your backyard, why not just for the cost of a membership, join here and you have all of that at your access for 12 months out of a year. So what we really enjoy about the zoo, because for Christmas, I gave all of our kids family passes to the zoo for the year, and that way they can access it. There's a lot of free things to do. I mean, when you buy the pass, you get free parking, you get discounted food, and there's always something to do. So it's always entertaining. And so if you just do a little section one day and you come back the next and do something the next time, it's always like a brand new adventure. There are shows that go on. There are the splash pads and the playgrounds. There's picnic places that you can eat. You get to enjoy watching the animals. Of course, you know, we've seen the monkeys already today, but it's just a lot of fun of all the things that go on here. I really love the zoo because, you know, they're conservative as far as conserving the animals and the wildlife. As far as the tigers, they're reserving for the lions and the special frogs and the deer. But it's a lot of fun because right here in this area, this could be your backyard. You could tell everybody that you have wildlife in your very backyard. All right, I'm standing in front of, as we would call it in the South, the Teton Trek. And this is not just about the grizzlies, but it's also about the environment. It's got a huge lodge with a big fireplace, and a lot of times in the winter there's events going on. But you can come here and enjoy that and see the grizzlies. But what's even more fun is that there's a 25-foot waterfall that falls right into the grizzlies area. The zoo's not just about activities; it's about more of building memories. As a parent, I brought my kids here on a lot of times, and we had a really good time. But the zoo has evolved so much since my kids were little. Bringing my grandkids here has been even more fun. Watching their faces light up, getting dipping dots when they want them, playing on the playground, playing in the splash pad. It's just a fun, and they're going to remember those times, and that's what life's all about. Let's talk about the panda in the room. I'm standing right here in the panda house, and the giant pandas used to be a big part of the Memphis Zoo, but now the energy has shifted to the red pandas. They're more active, they're more energetic, and they bring in a new vibe to the zoo. Okay, we're very sorry that you can't see the red pandas, but this is a true fact of the Mid-South. It rained this morning and the humidity is through the roof right now. That's why the hair is like it is, and that's why there's so much condensation in the pandas. But believe me, you need to check out the red pandas. All right, so this is one of the favorite parts of the zoo, and that is the splash pad. So when it opens and it's so hot in the summertime, come here with the kids, let them play and enjoy the water and have it in your backyard. Let's think about that. The ROI, instead of having to build your own $100,000 pool, you've got access to this. And remember, I said it's only for the cost of a membership. Question. Do you have FOMO? I have FOMO. So if you're afraid of missing out, what I need you to do right now is stop and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another video that we release. I know that 88% or 89% of you do not subscribe to this channel, and you don't want to miss out and have FOMO. So hit that button. I bet you have a question. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, okay, Jennifer, you're doing a lot of walking. There's a lot of activity. Hey, but never fear, there are plenty of places to sit and take a break, along with fans along the way. So it's the perfect mix of exercise, activity, resting, and having a good time. A lot of our area does revolve around farming and distribution and that kind of stuff. So here's another area about farming. I know a little bit about it. I've got some chickens and some cows, that kind of stuff, but I also love the city, so don't get me wrong. But I also want to bring out another point to you is this part of the zoo is sponsored by FedEx. And if you've watched any of our videos, you know how special FedEx is to Memphis. Here's the other great thing about the zoo. You can hold private events here, from corporate business lunches. I know schools have proms here. Weddings are here. You can have all kinds of private events. And that's one of the things that we love about the zoo and the Memphis area is how much that it is a community gathering spot. All right, here are the chickens. That's where you get your brown eggs. They don't always come white, sterilized in a container at the grocery store. Hey, I know we're getting ready to leave, but we have to get a pretzel before we leave because some of the snack food here is some of my favorite. And I know I love the pretzels. So we were here the other day and I had my grandkids and I have a grandson who kind of tests the limits. And we had one, so we were eating on it and he was playing on the playground and he picked up the whole pretzel, looked at us and went, boom, threw it right in the dirt. Does the 5-second rule apply to that? That's what I'm talking about. So you get a pretzel after the long walk. You got to walk first the whole zoo so you can technically justify why you're eating a carb out here in the heat. But, we did a lot of walking today. Midtown is not just a place to live, it's a place to experience. And the zoo is the heartbeat of that experience. It's where you can get the culture, the green space, and that unique Memphis soul that you cannot make up. It's here to experience. Okay, so do me a favor. If you're headed to the zoo tomorrow, I need you to ride by the streets in the Evergreen District and look at the houses. If you see something that catches your eye, reach out to me. But what I'd like you to do first is DM me below or comment below and let us know what your favorite street is in Midtown or your favorite exhibit or experience at the zoo you like to go to. My husband and I have a top producing real estate team here in the Memphis area and the Mid-South area, and it's our job to help navigate you through that market, that real estate market, and this Midtown area or anywhere in Memphis. So reach out, call us below. We would love to help you find your spot in the zoo district. I want to talk about the perimeters of the zoo and actually the housing that borders the zoo. It's known as the historic Evergreen District, and I'm going to take you and show you some of that property and how it holds its value. Let's talk about this zoo perimeter. The evergreen vibe is something that is desired by many. So, you're standing in one of the most historic districts in the city, and you've got massive 1920s Foursquares and high-end bungalows in this area. In 2026, homes that border that Overton Park and the zoo, they're holding serious premium. These specialty real estate areas like the zoo perimeter, the historic Evergreen District, they hold their value because you can't build more land next to the zoo. It's a finite resource and it's already packed out.